Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on getting migration controls enacted so that we can move to the next stage of the Meiji Restoration. That will allow us to complete the last of the Meiji Restoration journal entries and Sakoku. It is a new session, so we're kicking it right off. We've got a good amount of cash in the pot. I'm currently building quite a bit. We are still a lot shorter on coal than I would like to be. Let's take a look at some... How's Spanish Philippines in the French... Is Spain in the French market? Oh, heck. That's wild. Interesting. Very interesting. And France is already producing electricity, which is wild. Spain, you and I have good relations. But I could probably take you in a fight. Get some bits of the Philippines, maybe. I don't know. I was trying not to conquer territory outside of... Oh, there's no coal here. Or at least almost none. None worth grabbing. I'm trying not to conquer areas outside of Japan, because Japan is my homeland, but, you know, I'm feeling some definite capacity to get a little silly with stuff. Dang. I still don't want to be our tributary. That closer governments thing is going to matter more later. Lanfang, you're a tributary of China. And Bali, you and I are allies. I can't end... Oh, I have... Yes! Alright. Hello. Become my tributary. Cool. Finally got them as my tributary, so that's rad. And Magwinda, now you're also my tributary. Alright, so... Merina Kingdom does owe me an obligation. Cool, that's an advance. I'm still not necessarily willing to... If I absolve the obligation, we'll get up to 100 in relations, which will move us from friendly to something else. Philippine Proletarian Revolt. Interesting. France deciding the Philippines. Yeah, I'm not really interested in involving myself in that. There's still a liberal revolt happening in Scandinavia. I don't think we're necessarily going to worry about that either. It's still baffling to me that Italy wound up a stronger, higher-ranking nation than Prussia. But, wow, look at the differential of that GDP. Prussia has a GDP of about 20 million, Italy has 66 million. Like 3 times as much. That's incredible. I'm still not... I might be outpacing Britain for GDP, a united Britain. I'm outpacing Austria. Heck, hold on. Am I... I am the 3rd biggest GDP in the world right now. Oh, king in the castle, king in the castle. My cash is going way up. It means I'm not using my entire productive capacity. I can't do too much more expanding my construction industry, because I can't do too much more expanding my steel industry, because I don't have that much more coal available. But let's... Oh, I actually am going to have... Okay, we're building plenty of... I'm going to build up a couple more. Pontianak, improving relations, very good. Build up some more railways in Hokkaido and Sakhalin because I think it's going to be a goal to max out coal production. In fact, I think we're just going to go ahead and queue that in. That's going to create a bunch of jobs in those locations, and I think overall, hey, we're in consideration. That was fast. This is going really fast. Neat. Not that I'm complaining by any stretch of the imagination. And once that's been built up, these places are slowly going to... And we've got migration controls dealt with. Then Japanese pops are going to be able to move to those areas. And then they're going to have a ton of migration attraction. And we might be able to actually increase their migration attraction marginally by using greener grasses campaigns. Malay Uprising. Uprising against the British Raj, which coincidentally is happening at the same time as the East Indian Aristocratic Revolt. This is the Malay Uprising. A presidential oligarchy under the industrialists. I'm inclined to support them. Even if so that I can just eat them later. I could probably fight the Dutch East Indies at this point. I've got the capacity. I could do it. You've got a defensive pact with who? Because they had a defensive pact with Maguindan now. Okay, but they're already my tributaries, so that wouldn't... There's not necessarily a need for that. Although I could start... Well, so here's the problem. They do have defensive pacts with Russia. Ooh, and Siam. Ooh. Ooh. There are options here. Alright, the East Indian Aristocratic Revolt is in the countdown to war. The British Liberal Revolt is still going strong. Britain is holding at 0 due to war support protection. So the British Liberal Revolt will lose eventually. But if I step in here, it would give me an opportunity to flex a little bit. I have an obligation on Great Britain. Interesting. Improve relations with Zanzibar. You're in your own market. I'm going to not participate in any of this business. What does your market need? It needs porcelain, luxury furniture, man-o'-wars, luxury clothes, artillery, and wood. So we're going to export that stuff to you. Porcelain, luxury clothes, luxury furniture, man-o'-wars. I think we can export wood profitably. Nope. Regular furniture. We're already exporting regular furniture to them. Paper. And that's about it. And what do you have that's cheap? Tea. Dyes. Fruit. Tea. Give me your tea. Give me your dyes. Give me your fruit. Tasty, tasty fruit. Alright. Yes, discord within the intelligentsia. An influential faction within the intelligentsia has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of migration controls. Zanzibar wants a trade agreement. I accept. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I see nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone. With their support, the bill shall pass. This makes the intelligentsia weaker. 15% enactment chance. Or, the petite bourgeoisie extend an open hand to this mavericks. This makes the petite bourgeoisie stronger. And the intelligentsia much weaker. Gives us less enactment chance. I'm going to go with the second one. Because I think the intelligentsia are going to get stronger and stronger in this run. And I don't necessarily want them to be stronger. Because we're not going to liberalize necessarily that much. Alright, first round of of coal mines in Hokkaido is getting going. Austria tried to make a protectorate of Ashanti. Neat. Oh. Zanzibar is a pretty big economy. Sure would like to have you as a tributary. We'll see. We'll see how things go. I'm going to go ahead and absolve this obligation. That gets us up to 100 with Merina Kingdom, which is friendly. So, how much... Alright, we only get 25 from friendly, so that's... I don't necessarily want that. And this is Bali. Bali, you're my tributary. I'm going to go ahead and stop bankrolling you. It's going to make my... Hey, diplomatic pact line item is getting pretty thick. There's labor movement. That was spreading to us. Let's see. Pretty much everyone except Siak is over 1k at this point. Siak itself is lagging behind or no, Siak is at 5k. Cool. Progress to adoption. We're nearly there. Sorry. Yes, yes. Self-propelled torpedoes. Self-propelled torpedoes, as we know, is a lovely method that makes our navies much, much stronger. So, I was looking at the diplomatic pacts line item in our revenue. Okay, yeah, no one's... I just misread it for Siak. Okay, so everyone's over a million right now. I think that's what that means. It might be an expression of revenue, not GDP, but we'll see. I'm not keeping super close visibility to it. Damn. exile for the Malay Uprising. Not that that affects me any. Alright, so with that being done, I think I've got a good pile of cash in the tank. I'm going to go ahead and repeal the tax on tobacco. And what the heck, we'll do the one on luxury clothes as well. The Kansai crop failure. The state of Kansai has been struck by a blight. Crops are dying left and right, and the harvest is sure to be less than expected this year. We noticed some crops dying a few weeks ago, but we didn't think anything of it. We always lose a few. We didn't expect this. This will affect the harvest. Big throughput penalty, chance of famine. We will help how we can. Spend 26k. Plus 3 minimum wealth. Same reduction in throughput. Let me see. Kansai province, we're actually not as full of labor here as I thought we might be. This is our, or at least it was our capital. I'm gonna say we'll help how we can. So now that we're doing this, we can go ahead and enact some greener grasses campaigns for Hokkaido and Sakhalin, and that will increase the migration attraction to those areas. And these places are low on are low on infrastructure because, hey, there's an achievement. Complete the restoration journal before 1912. All right, so infrastructure is low in these places because you don't have enough population to run the railways. But that's okay. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this. A renewed Japan. A reformed army, an open and recognized country, a new society. Japan stands as an equal among the powers of the world and will perhaps begin to pursue imperial ambitions of her own. By the blessing of heaven, we sit upon the sacred throne on which our ancestors reigned from time immemorial. The civilization and institutions of Japan are so different from those of other countries that we cannot expect to reach the declared end at once. It is our purpose to select from the various institutions prevailing among enlightened nations such as are best suited to our present conditions, and to adapt them in gradual reforms and improvements of our policy and customs so as to be upon equality with them. The Japanese Empire shall rise. This gives us a bunch of claims in, I'm going to assume that's Korea. We will need powerful friends, for we shall make powerful enemies. This gives us some influence bonuses. Interesting. Increases our improve and damage relation speed. Or railways are key to our future success, 40% railway throughput. I'm going to go with the first one. Oh, this one also gives us a military research speed bonus. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So, do I fancy my capacity to fight both Russia and China? What kind of an army does China have? China has skirmish infantry, mobile artillery, nothing else special, and then Russia has what? The same but with better recovery. Whereas I have shrapnel artillery. There are ways it could be done. So, let's look at interactions. We can do return plays. I need Russia's a May side with the enemy, which is interesting. Do I have a journal entry for the conquest of Korea. No, I do not. Sorry. I was looking at conquering states. So if I grab 1, so that's 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. I can't take all 5 states in one play without getting wildly infamous. But I can grab a few. So how do we do that? We currently have a defensive pact. So we're going to go ahead and put an end to that. And we're going to start damaging relations. And now that we have claims, that will eventually put us into a situation where we are able to fight them. Our relationship with China is pretty good. But let's continue to make sure our relations with Russia... Okay, our relations with Russia are excellent. Cool. Alright, wow. Let's continue to move forward. I think I'm going to wait until I've got an obligation over the Merina Kingdom again, and then we'll work on the other stuff. I'm also going to start bankrolling Zanzibar, because if I can get an obligation, then that'll make a lot of this stuff easier. They don't currently desire a defensive pact, but I think they will. We're close with the customs union. They're a little far away, but I don't foresee that as a problem. Maybe if I grab one of these countries over here. Gility, if I conquer you, you're allied with Merina Kingdom. Interesting. That's right. A lot of these countries have just absolutely tiny GDPs. It's going wild over there. What happened to Great Britain? Okay, Great Britain... Oh, the British Republic has won in Great Britain. That's really interesting. We got rubber going on. Great Britain, of course, is in tons of wars, including its war with the East Indian Aristocratic Revolt, which is losing, but slowly. And we don't have an obligation over this Great Britain anymore because this is the rebel Great Britain. Let's go ahead and start improving relations. Interesting, they're a little down on us. Neat. Well, I hope that won't be a problem. What's their agenda? Expand resource industries, promote liberal reforms, and acquire colonies. Cool. Would be nice to be able to grab a puppet state in South America. Could try to grab Colombia or Venezuela. On the other hand, there are a bunch of countries in Central America that could potentially be protectorates. Hawaii is a dominion of France. Keep forgetting about that. That is a thing that happened ever so long ago. Many and various decisions to be made. What do I want to do for the economy? We're still doing rough for coal, but hopefully we've got people moving to these areas. It's not so great in Sakhalin. Standard of living is 13 in Hokkaido. It's 11, and Hokkaido has a lot more arable land. That's what's going on. I wonder if incorporating Sakhalin would be better. I don't think so, though. Let's go ahead and do... I am subsidizing the railroads here, which is costing a nice pile of money, but... Am I doing the same in here? Yes. The railroads government run, that just makes them less profitable. We'll see. I think that's going to be a long-term question to be solved. Interesting. We're down to a righteous government. That's pretty neat. Only the trade unions would really oppose going to professional army, but no one's really interested in making that happen, except for the armed forces. I think at this point, moving to private health insurance makes sense, because now we're starting to actually have genuine shortages in labor. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Korea and see which states have coal. We got 2 of these. No coal in Gyeonggi. Alright. What I'm going to do now is try to learn to pronounce these names. I might go to YouTube after this. Yeongnam, Yongho, Gyeonggi, Yangseo, and Gwanbaek. Oh. Yangseo has a lot of reason. Oh, that's right. I've read about this. Yeah, a lot of the like industrial resources and whatnot are in the north. Numerous options open themselves to us. Ooh. And Merina Kingdom owes an obligation to Japan. Excellent. So we can stop bankrolling them. So we're basically as well as we can be with this situation. If we can get closer, ideologically and geographically. But I think once we've got a hold of one of these countries over here, we'll be doing better for that. Send here our tributary, yes. We could vassalize Kalat. Kalat has a defensive pact with Afghanistan. So they're an interesting target. Afghanistan has still no good production methods for their armed forces, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. Okay, so that's something we can get into. Persia will almost certainly intervene, but I'm also not worried about that given the size of Persia's army. And Makran will be involved. Yes. Ooh, immediate move to consideration. That's excellent. Alright, so getting scrappy with Kalat. So who could else get involved if we actually got to make this happen? British Republic could. Russia or France might. A lot of these... I think Persia's gonna seek empire might. Our relations are neutral. Which isn't terrible. How big is your economy? Oh, they've got a pretty good economy. Interesting. Well, we'll see. But I think we're gonna go ahead and start doing that. We'll throw our weight around a little bit. And we'll go ahead and get started with some conscripts. We'll grab the conscripts in Kansai. Oh my goodness, I've maxed out labor in Kanto. That's incredible. Hold on. I need to set all of my mines to automated methods. This is wild. I hadn't even realized. Hopefully that helps at least some. Neat. Well, do I need to conscript my capital? Let's grab Chibu for now. I don't think this is going to be a major situation. And then we'll have our Navy. Oh, we need another Navy officer. Let's see. This guy's got shell shock, so I don't want him. Ooh, you align with the industrialists. You're cautious, but you're a naval commander. Let's grab you. So we'll have you escorting convoys to the main area. To the front. Afghanistan is beginning conscription. Cool. So who all is going to get involved in this? Seems like nobody so far. I'm not doing anything except vassalizing them. It's interesting. I've thought of Japan as a country that's swimming in labor, but our economy has been growing so fast within the past few situations. Oh, Sikh Empire declared neutrality. That's very good for me. Persia, you gonna get in this? Persia was the only ones I thought actually might, but it looks like Austria and Russia are leaning against me, which is sad because I have good relations with Austria and Russia. I've cultivated very good relations with Austria and Russia. General's on his way here. Okay, he'll be there in just a week. Just about a week. I don't think Austria or Russia has the actual capacity to come and visit me over here. And I can definitely defend my own lands. Ooh. Injured farmers. Farmers in Sakoku have been making appeals to the government about the dangers of the equipment they're using. Would like to have some sort of health care to reduce hardships for them. Neighbor came over to my house the other day. As he stood there at my door grabbing his right hand with his left, I realized he'd cut 3 fingers off. I was no doctor, but he needed help, so I did the best I could. Just wish there was someone he could have gone to do that better. Try and offer help, 10% enactment chance. Focus on establishing health care. Some extra mortality of laborers and farmers employed in agriculture and ranching, but 40% enactment chance. Or this isn't for the poor anyways. 50% enactment chance. Dial it back, game. No one really opposes this, so I can go ahead and do the first one. No one's trying to stop me from doing this healthcare thing. We've got a strong advantage here, and if everyone continues to stay where they are as we get on towards the countdown to war, things should be good to go. Yes! Alright. So the war is going to be what it is. I have a substantial advantage here, and that advantage is only going to get higher as the war goes on, because I'm going to get more and more troops conscripted. So that's good. ID documents, that's excellent. That's actually going to increase our maximum home affairs investment by 1, so we'll go ahead and do that. And from here... 2 arms. I don't need to pay super duper close attention to this. But actually, let's leave the war for next time, because we got a full docket here. We've had a nice, good episode. We've done a lot of maneuvering. We've accomplished some neat things, and I'm excited to keep on going. I've had fun, is what I'm saying. I hope you did too, and I will see you all on the other side.